Hey guys, welcome back to Vexriel Custom. So today I'm sharing with you a custom statue from Sideshow Collectibles Cheetara into a personal character named Sophia by Vexriel. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing his artist name tag right, but they're more than welcome to come into the video down the line, post any information, and I will pin it. But it's kind of a really cool idea, and I was actually excited to do this. It's a character that they made up. It's their own little version of this character, and basically they wanted to have a statue of it. So when they contacted me a while back, we kind of did some brainstorming. I told them that, you know, you can use anime kits, you can use Sideshow collectible items, you know, there's all kinds of statues out there. And we did some brainstorming stuff, so he kind of wanted more of an action pose, and he went toward, you know, the larger scale item for his own creation, which was kind of cool. So after we did some looking around and everything, he decided on the Cheetara because it had a really nice running pose, and he thought it would look pretty good. So we didn't do a lot of brainstorming of the whole entire thing in the beginning, just kind of mostly the figure. And from there, but as it went on and as things went, he kind of wanted to add more to the base for the character, which was actually pretty cool. And I had a lot of fun actually doing this one. So it opens up a lot more ideas and options down the line. But we did take this to an extra level. And as you can see, we did this whole water base with the kraken coming up underneath of it. We did a nice cloth cape with a wire in it. So I had to outsource that to the seamstress. And it just kind of worked pretty well compared to what I thought was going to be the base in the beginning. But we'll get a little bit closer. We'll kind of go over it all. But really, really cool idea of taking something that you create on your own and taking a statue out there and convert it into something you want. You know, you can do that with 3D sculpting now as well. But, you know, if you really wanted to have some fun and customize something, you could go that route. Now, he does... I guess he had a couple artists do up some drawings for him, so there was really no set uniform, but a basic idea for it. So I kind of had to follow that as best as I could and kind of come up with my own little take. But it was very great to work with. It worked out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. It gives it like kind of like a, you know, kind of like a Asgardian Thor type of like character on that feel to the character. So anyway, so for the Cheetara, we had to kind of chop everything up. You know, I had to kind of rework out all the hair and everything. So I resculpted the hair to his style, and I gave it nice flowing pose and everything. So it's kind of like the Cheetara hair in the back and mixed up with my hair sculpt in the beginning, you know, from like the bangs back and stuff. I resculpted all the armor for him, as you can see. So I did all this armor. I did the skirt. So the skirt is not actually cloth, it is sculpted. So the skirt matches the shirt, but the cape is a little bit different. It's kind of hard to match, you know, cloth and everything, but we got a really nice feel for it. Now, I did do the arms for him as well. One arm I forgot was connected. Yeah, this arm was connected here, like so, as you can see. But this one was connected up around here. So what I did is I had to redo this, and I put a rod in here with a magnet, and she does have lightning power, so or she holds a bolt of lightning as like a sword, I guess. I'm not really sure. So we created a nice bolt of lightning type thing for him and everything, so it's kind of like, you know, a weapon of sort, and that's kind of what I came up with for that. As far as the boots and the armor, like I said, you had a couple different artists do different designs, so I kind of took all those and I kind of came up with one sort of design, as you can see from there. All that, so that worked out pretty well. So as we were pretty much finishing up the item, basically he said that, you know, he would like to see if she could be like fighting the kraken, you know, like tentacles coming up underneath the water or around her or something. So I did some brainstorming. I said, how about, I went on that CG trader site that you could buy 3D files for like a couple bucks here and there. So what we did is we found a shield, you know, like a Viking type shield or whatever you want to call it. And then we found a statue that comes in pieces. So what we did is we printed out the statue. You can see the foot here, the leg. You can see the guy's arm up over the shield and stuff. So basically the idea is like it's a statue that's like on the water or on the waterfront. And the kraken is there and she's going out to fight the kraken. So we printed out tentacles Basically, I looked around and I can only find these tentacles that were like that would work. So they are pretty much the same, you know, printout and everything. So what we did is we added it to the base, and then here I did a video on AK Interactive Water. I'll put that link in the description so you guys can check that out and how I created all this. So it's AK Interactive Water that I filled up with a wall, and then there's AK Interactive Gel effects and water effects to create the water splashing type stuff. So it's really a lot of like movement in here, and it is semi-transparency. We weren't really going for the sea completely clear under, and we weren't really going for like to see it like super thick. So the water only goes about like a quarter of an inch or maybe less. And then over here I kind of blended it out with paint. But you can see there's all kind of movement around here that it's coming up and all that stuff. So I think it works pretty well. It was a really fun idea, and it really kind of just brings it all together. So she is removable from the base and everything, as you can see. The kraken tails, what I did is I did a modding effect. So what I did is I wanted to give it more of a, you know, red tentacles. Because you could do like all kinds. You could do like a greenish, you could do like a bluish or a gray. But I thought red would work better because she's got so much blue and the base is blue in here. So I figured red would kind of stand out a little bit more, and you could see it. I didn't want it to lose it with all the blue on her and in the base. So I thought the red tentacles looked pretty cool. Now, they didn't have cuts in them, as you can kind of see. So there is a little bit of a cut here and there's a cut here. That's what I did on my own. I added these, and then there's another cut over here. So basically what I did is I went in with a Dremel tool and I went in with some A's, and I kind of created it look like she slashed it. And then I added a little pink in there and stuff like it's. I didn't go like crazy bleeding because I wanted to keep these shiny, like it's still kind of coming from the water. But it worked out pretty well. I'm really happy with this. Now, as far as the skin tones, basic skin tones, this is AK Interactive Steel. And then what I did is I glossed it with a Spaztec Mirror Chrome Finish clear stuff. And what that does is it gives it a nice good coating, and it feels like steel. We weren't going for like mirror chrome, but we're going for more of a steel, which I really like a little bit more. Now, we did outsource the cape to the seamstress, and what I had to do is create these nails. They are nails, and I sculpted on top of the nails, and I buffed them down. And what I did is I sewed up the part that the seamstress gave me, and I put it in there, and I squeezed it in with glue. And I put a lot of Instaset in there, because if you don't do a lot of Instaset or a zip kicker or whatever you want to call it, what'll happen is you might get some clouding, because I really had to make sure that this kind of stays in there pretty well. Now, she is removable. The head is removable from here, so Cheetara did have a necklace. So even though this character doesn't have a necklace, we had to kind of go with that because it was the only way to really do it. But other than that, I had a really lot of fun doing this. You know, I really tried to work out the eyes pretty well for him. They're a teal color. Added the lips, and it wasn't crazy lipstick. Her hair is kind of more of like a platinum blonde, not really like super yellow, but not like very whitish. So I kind of followed that look from his artwork. I added all this texture on the armor as best as I could. I'm not really good with armor, but I did the best I could with coming up with a design and everything, and the fingers and all that stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, it really worked out pretty well. I had a lot of fun with this. Sadly, it took a long time to do because what happened was this was given to me before the whole COOF lockdowns. We had all the lockdown supply issues. The seamstress took a long time to get the cloth done because she was going through a lot of stuff. So it took a while to get this done, sadly, but we went the little extra mile, though. I really wanted to make it up to people that have been waiting for stuff for a long time that have been here. So I'm trying to do a little bit extra here and there, so that's what I did with the base, as you can see. And I think it just worked out pretty well. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you like his design? Do you like the whole design of the base? Do you like the idea of taking a character that you created and make that into a statue? Like, even if you're a fan of Marvel DC and you always had like a character that you thought would be a cool Asgardian or a Venom character or something, would you want to take like a statue and make that character just for fun? Which you could still do, which is kind of cool. I've always thought about doing that myself. There's always been a character I thought would look cool for part of like, you know, the cosmic of Marvel stuff, and I always wanted to make a character. So you never know, maybe down the line I'll do it now. This kind of inspires me to go that route. But that is pretty much one-of-a-kind statue of original character of Sophia. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Leave a comment down below, and we'll be back with some more videos.